Well, guys, I want to talk about another aspect of the Apiary Book app that I'm using. Like I've said, I keep finding new features in it. When I come up with something that, boy, I sure wish it'd do this, just takes a little looking and all of a sudden it does. So I had trouble with labels. You have the ability when you're looking at a hive to flag it, make a star, add details, or a label. Well, when I would click the label, all it did was show me new. And I didn't have any way to change that or make anything different. And then the other night I woke up thinking, hey, you have to make a label somewhere, and then you'll be able to designate labels. So if I can figure out where it went, labels right there, and I can add a label, make a new one, then I can choose from those. So what I have got going here are 3 different labels. The nuke label, I have older queens that are beginning to slow down but not failing, and I wanted to move those into nukes and put new queens in those commercial colonies, and my production colonies. So I went through and made them. I want to move to a nuke. I colored it, which I haven't seen where the color works, but I went through then my colonies in the hives, went through and found weak ones and gave them a label. So then you can choose the label you're going to mark it with. Well, what it did for me was when I come to my hives in the yard that I'm in, I can ask it to show me labels of nukes. Now, there are none there now because I made them up. But yesterday there was a list of nukes on here. So as I would go, or that I wanted to make nukes out of. So as I would check that colony and make a nuke, I would then change the label to queen because I want to come back and put a queen in it. So now if I go to the queens, it gives me my list. In this yard, I have 5 that need queens in them. So I know how many queens to take. You know, I'm ready for it. I can prepare. And then, I don't know if I have any of them in there in the new. When I get there and I go through that queens list and I change that colony, so let's go back to label and we'll just do it. My queen, number 38 right here needs to get a queen. So it's got a label of queen. So when I put a queen in it, I will change the label to new. Now, when I go back, 38 isn't on my queens list anymore. But when I go in here to my labels and I ask for the new ones, it's moved to here. So as I go through that list and take them off, your list gets empty. And when your list is empty, you know you got them all. And then it moved them right to queen, or to new. So that tells me that I've got a new queen in there. So I want to go back in a couple of days and make sure she got out. So when I do it, when I requeen it, and I put in what I'm, my new queen details, and I can go down here and set a reminder. So I can set a reminder for a couple more days that I want to go in and check that, and it will send me one in the morning to tell me you need to go check the queen in this colony, so I can keep them listed. This was a huge help going through the 3 different apiaries I have to try to get these nukes made up. I didn't miss them. I already had them labeled, and I was able to sit at home and go through my my list of hives. Let's go back to all, and look at the weak ones. where I've put in the percentage of strength, I was able to go through those, scroll at them, and say, okay, this one's got an old queen. I want to get this one changed. So I set them up here. Then some of them I got to, she was doing great. I didn't make a nuke. I left her because she's gotten stronger since the last inspection. But at least I knew where I was going and what I was getting to. So anyhow, this has been a really neat feature to have figured out how to label them, and I assume you can make as many labels as you want. And then it's just one more way to sort them and get your stuff done. So anyhow, I'll keep making more of these as I find more new stuff.